Hello and welcome to the Fallsburg Junior Senior High School. My name is Shayna Brussel and I am the principal of our school, and I am very excited that you're going to be here as a substitute teacher with us. First, I want to make sure to take a moment to thank you for being here today. Substitute teachers are a vital part of our school community, and I am very, very excited and grateful that you are here to support our students and our teachers. I wanted to make sure that you were aware that reporting time at the junior senior high school is at or before 7:40 in the morning. You should sign in at the main office and then report to the substitute caller, Miss Yvette Rose, who will give you your assignment for the day. And our day ends at 2:40 p.m. Substitute teachers have two main roles at the junior senior high school. The first role is to ensure safety. We need to make sure that our classrooms are orderly and that their students feel that it is a safe environment. Only one student should leave the room at a time for either the bathroom, the nurse, or to come to the main office. Secondly, instruction is also a vital part of the role that you play as a substitute teacher. You should continue instruction using the teacher's provided lesson plans. If no plan has been provided, please check in with Miss Yvette Rose for any additional updates about that plan, or please utilize an alternate activity for your students to complete. Please do not use your phone during instructional periods, as well as you should be supporting our students with their classwork. A few pieces of important emergency information. When you are headed to a classroom, please take note of the nearest building exits in case a fire alarm does go off. If that does happen, instruct your students to line up and lead them out of the room and the building. You should take your student rosters and your red-green emergency card with you when you leave. Take attendance when you get outside, and if there are any issues, any student was missing or they were in the bathroom at the time that the alarm went off, please use the red side of the card to alert anyone who is responsible for checking in with the different classes to make sure that that student is located. If any student has a medical emergency, please hold up the medical sign on that paper, and that would alert the nurse to come over and make sure to check in and see if everything is okay. If a hold in place is announced over the loudspeaker, students and staff are not to leave the room that they are currently in for any reason until another follow-up announcement occurs. And that includes even if the bell rings for the next period. Instruction should continue. Call the main office if you experience an emergency in your classroom. If a lockdown drill is announced, please make sure your door is closed and locked and the lights are off. You should move away from the line of sight of the doors and windows. Look for a safe zone sign in your room for direction on where to go within your classroom. Do not return to normal instruction until administration or authorities have unlocked your classroom door. Do not unlock your classroom door for anyone. A few pieces of important information regarding our code of conduct. Students must not be disruptive in the halls, classrooms, cafeteria. Students must also follow all reasonable directives, and no student is allowed to be violent. No student should put their hands on one another, even if they say it was in a joking manner. That is still against the code of conduct. Students must also not be disrespectful. They cannot use foul language or make inappropriate comments to a student or adult. Additionally, our students may only use their cell phones in the halls, during high school study halls, and during lunch. Phones should be off and away during classroom instruction, even when there is a substitute teacher in the classroom. I wanted to address a few possible student challenges or scenarios that might come up and how to go about handling them. First, student misbehavior is first managed by the adult in the classroom, and that's you. So please work with your students to make sure that they are behaving appropriately and that you've set appropriate classroom behaviors that the students know so that they can follow directions appropriately. However, if a student is creating an unsafe environment, they should be immediately removed. Tell them to go to the office. Once they leave, or if they refuse to leave, call the main office at extension 2275, and one of the office staff will contact an administrator or hall monitor. For lower level discipline issues, the substitute teacher should first provide gentle warnings to the student about expectations. Ideally, you want to make sure that these warnings are non-confrontational, because students who feel embarrassed in front of their peers are less likely to be compliant. If a student is disrespectful, but it does not rise to the level of an unsafe environment warranting class removal, please document it and fill out a discipline referral when possible. Paper referrals are available in the main office for you to complete. A few notes on bullying. No student should be bullied or harassed any way. The Dignity for All Students Act, or DASA, prohibits bullying, harassment, discrimination, or cyberbullying against students on the basis of race, color, weight, national origin, ethnic group, religion, religious practice, disability, sexual orientation, gender, gender identity, or sex. If you believe a student is being bullied, this must be reported to an administrator in a written report. Verbal notification to the administrator must also take place before the day is over, but ideally at your next available break in classes. You can also call over to the main office to ask for an administrator to stop by so that you could speak with them immediately. Remember, it is the responsibility of all staff members to stop and step in if bullying is taking place. Here are a few important names and numbers. Again, my name is Shayna Brussel. I'm the principal of the building. My email address is sbrussel@fallsburgcsd.net, and my extension is 2207. We have two assistant principals here, Mr. James Mort and Mr. Stephen Nilsson. Mr. Mort works with students whose last names are from A to LI, and Mr. Nilsson works with students whose last names are from LJ to Z. However, either assistant principal would be available to you regardless of the student's last name should there be an emergency that occurs. The junior senior high school main office staff includes Miss Yvette Swindell and Miss Michelle Rendy, and their extension is 2275. Thank you again and welcome aboard. We really look forward to having you here.